once again. I want to take this time to apologize to my audience for not being current with my webcast. I think I explained to you in the last one that number one, my schedule always changes from days to night, night to days. And of course, you may know that I was in Brazil a couple of weeks ago. And now I'm back. I'm pretty much getting in the routine of things. My schedule is back on days, so that would give me Friday nights to continue the broadcast. I didn't get a chance to tell you about the Brazil trip. As the highlight of the trip, besides the beach and the good food, was participating in a capoeira class, which was one of my goals on this trip, to be able to be part of, if not witness, capoeira class. The director, Miss Paula, she was very helpful and showing me the basics, and as well as the master that is taught the class. So even though I didn't speak the language, which I'm working on that now, they received me with open arms. And so I look forward to working with Miss Paula in the future on the next trip. Maybe we can work some kind of project together. And I stayed with the family of the Carlos family, and I had a very nice time with them. They made me feel as if I was at home. So I send my prayers out to the Carlos family and Val Carlos. And hopefully, she's working on getting her restaurant together, so my prayers are with her on that endeavor. Of course, when I left, the election was taking place, and I was in Miami, so I was able to catch the results, even to the point where Obama was announced the winner in Miami right before I boarded my international flight. So I thank God for that opportunity to be part of the history, to be in the homeland, my homeland, to witness the nation's first African-American president-elect, Barack Obama. And, if you look into your Bible, it's mentioned in Hebrews 11, it talks about a Barak, A-B-A-R-A-K, and in Judges 4:8, the same spelling. And basically in Judges, it speaks of how he was selected by a judge by the name of Deborah, and she selected him, through consistent prayer and meditation to lead Israel against the army that was about to attack them, when they had over 10,000 soldiers and chariots and horses. And I'm sorry, that they had 9,000 chariots and horses, as opposed to Barak had only 10,000 soldiers on foot. So anyway, it tells how he was encouraged by Deborah that you're going to make it, you're going to be victorious in this battle. Just be faithful and prayerful, and that's what it was, and they were victorious that day. And then in Hebrews 11, it tells how he had because he won the battle because he had faith. So that's something to think about. That God had preordained Barak back then to lead the Israelites, and now it seems that he has preordained our Barack Obama to lead the United States in being not only a world power but a God power nation. So my prayers with for his safety and his health as well, and prayerfully that he'll continue to rule by the laws of God. And if he does that, he'll be okay. And I also have another biblical link to Barack Obama, where you talk about Solomon, King Solomon, and he was chosen, to lead the king, to be the king of Israel, by his. He was the second son born to David and Bathsheba. Well, through the union of David and Bathsheba. So anyway, he was selected as to reign over Israel. And when God came to him, God had asked him what did he want, and he just asked for wisdom and knowledge. And God was so pleased with him that he also blessed him with not only wisdom and knowledge, but also with richness and financial resources that had no limits to it. And it says that he reigned for over 40 years, and in that 40 years, his people were prosperous. So, how does that relate to Barak? Because he's from King Solomon was a descendant of the African nation, and he reigned in Israel for 40 years, and they were prosperous. Then you look at another Israel during at the time of the Exodus. Moses and the Israelites, they were disobedient to God, so they roamed for 40 years, and and because they were disobedient, they wandered in the wilderness. Number one, they tried to worship other gods, which is one of the main violation of the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, and they just participated in things that were not pleasing God. So God punished them by keeping them in the wilderness for 40 years. So now we're back to today. Our Barak has he won't be officially inaugurated until January, which is another month and some weeks to go. And it's interesting. It seems like the number one issue is the economy, and if God has something to do with it, then the economy will get better. It's almost in the natural eye, it's almost impossible because of the big debt that the United States has, and how can one man come in 4 years or so, to resolve it? In my opinion, this is the end cycle of Reaganism. We didn't have a large debt until Reagan had taken office. So, and each president after Reagan, basically, it just added on to the debt. So, anyway, we're going into a new era. Number one, I believe that the way racism is approached will change slowly but surely. Here, we're seeing now that a man that has both background has ethnic upbringing from both worlds. From his African father and from his Caucasian mother. So here, he's been exposed to both worlds, and now it shows that we can blend and more into this society, the human race, and where some people, and they not of the Lord, they may say that they are, still have this hate because a person has a different skin color or a different background from them, or have one leg, or just different. So we're hopefully this will change the way we think and treat people. Not overnight. It's a slow process. So that's one thing that's taking place. And as I always said before, this is the era of God's people. Those that love God and work diligently to serve and please Him, it is time for you to receive those earthly blessings as well. We know what the end result is, or what the goal is. The goal is to make it to heaven. But while we're here on earth, we got things to do for the Lord, and as we do those things, God will continue to pour His blessings on us. And some will be more abundantly blessed than others. And the reason He allows that is for those people that do have the financial resources, to continue to bless people that are less fortunate than them. So that's encouraging to me, because there's so much that I want to do, not only in my own city, but in all over the world. And that's why Salvador, Brazil, has been my chosen city to be able to help the street kids. And I'm learning now it's a slow process. Of course, it takes time and money. And so I'm working on some other projects that will give me financial resources to implement these programs that I've been speaking on for the past year or so. So anyway, that's where things are, and I just wanted to take this time to speak with you. Continue to uplift this ministry and mission, and stay tuned to our website. We're doing some new things and new projects, and I'll keep you posted on those projects. And remember, take one day and one victory at a time. God bless.